Okay, all right. I have had a lot of coffee. I've had lots of coffee today. So, a lot of coffee. So, but yes, delicious, lots of coffee. So, I'd like to signal boost. That's what I want to do. I want to send out and shout out and uh, spread the word about some things that I love that are definitely um, they need to get the word out. They need to get a little bit more visibility. Yeah, so I'm going to signal boost. I'm going to signal boost after having had way too much coffee today. So I hope you enjoy this because I know I am. First things first, my friend Emma, she's been studying and off and on and working her butt off and on, and off and on and off and on and off and on to do the art thing. And professional art. She wants to be an artist. She wants to be a digital painter. She wants to do the things and make the pictures and wow us. And I've been pretty wowed lately. Like I was wowed when it started. I was wowed with the progress she made right at the beginning, and then when she started taking classes, it was just leaps and bounds and leaps and bounds, just progress and progress and better and better. And now she's started a Patreon, and Patreon is her way to keep herself honest for her webcomic that's going to be coming out soon called Red. And so I am proud to say I've become one of the first patrons of her Patreon. The link's down in the doobly-doo. There's all the links are going to be down in the doobly-doo below the description. So, yes, her artwork is amazing. Just check out the pieces that are there on the Patreon front page. And they're varied and they're in slightly different styles and they show a bit of her range. It's just I dig it. I really love the artwork, and it's why I became a patron, not just because she's my friend and I've known her for frickin' ever, but I believe in her artwork. I believe in it, and it should be out there. It should be out there, and she should be doing this for a living, and I want to support that, and now I am. And I honestly believe that you should too. I think that you'll probably love the artwork, and if you don't, if you don't, you don't. If you can't, you can't. But check it out because you might see it to be as awesome as I do. Um, so links down in the doobly doo. Her name is Emma Rule, and I hope honestly that you will see a shit ton more of her in the future. Um, the next one, my wife Nikki has also done a little bit of the dream following thing. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. She has launched her freelance editing page, and she has edited a couple works for me. One of which got trunked. One of which is the one that just came out. It is What No Eye Has Seen. She edited that, and she did a phenomenal job. And the improvements that she made, I would now be probably embarrassed to release the original version. Before she sunk her teeth into it, and on her page you'll see that she doesn't hold punches back. She gives it to you straight, and she tells you what she believes will make your work better. I mean, if you're paying for just a copy edit, that's what you get. But she's good. She is a good editor. And so her site is thepromptedword.com. That link is going to be down in the doobly-doo, down in the description below. So I encourage you to click on that as well, especially if you're in need of editing or if you know who someone is, because uh, I honestly think she has a big career, not just a job, but a career in editing in her future. And I would suggest get her now while her rates are reasonable, before none of us can afford her. All right, moving on from that, I pulled something out of the trunk. I went. I mentioned in my blog, I think, a little while back, maybe it was my live journal, that I went to the Capital City Comic Con here in Lansing, Michigan, and I picked up a couple comics. I picked up a Harley Quinn coloring book for my wife, a couple other things. But I thought, as everyone has described my writing as sequential, There's a reason that what No Eye has seen is a novella, and it's the follow-up work for that will probably also be a novella. I mean, I work in in a very episodic and sequential way. And I had a webcomic at one time. It petered out. Um, I was not the artist, by, and you should all be grateful for that. Thankful even. I had a great artist by the name of Rick Schlaack, and is 2010? Somewhere around 2010. It's a long time ago, but 6 years ago. Uh, it didn't work out, and we parted ways. And it was certainly not. There was no animosity. It was, a very cordial parting of ways. And I recently got back in contact with him because I'm now in a position where I could think about, paying him for his artwork, because I want to be paid as a writer, so and artists want to be paid for their art, and he wasn't, and I can't blame him. I want to be paid, so I commissioned him to finish out chapter one. Chapter 0 was in the bag already. To finish out chapter 1, he's going to finish out chapter 1. He's got a huge long deadline. I'm not concerned really about when it's going to be done, because I'm taking the long view on this. And I think I have the scripts. I finished tonight. I finished the scripts for chapter 2. So if the chapter 1 goodness works out, then there's a chapter 2 waiting and ready, and that will give me at a once a week release, a 1 page a week release. That'll give me enough for over a year of comics to release, and 3 issues, 3 hard copy / ebook issues to release. So that's the plan for now. And he has, I'm going to read this. He has his blog, which the URL, the link to is down in the doobly-doo. He was excited enough about this to put a blog post up. By the way, he has some awesome brain droppings that you might want to pick up on his blog. That's why I'm going to put the link down in the doobly-doo. See what he says. He throws in a short synopsis about it. And I love this. It's such a great synopsis. In a robot storage compound, an all-powerful AI system awakens and realizes it has forgotten its mission. The AI I have had so much coffee, I'm tripping over my words. Let's do that again. In a robot storage compound, an all-powerful AI system awakens and realizes it has forgotten its mission. The AI decides to activate a particular robot named First, who is supposed to set about reactivating the other robots in order to fulfill their purpose. Problem is, First doesn't know what he's doing either. And considering some of the doomsday automatons lurking in this place, it's only a matter of time before he presses the wrong button. I have really enjoyed pulling this back out of the trunk. I've really enjoyed going back over the scripts, fleshing them out a little bit, rewriting and finishing up chapter 2's script, bringing it more into an actual segmented story arc with an overall arc to be hinted at, and having foreshadowing. Oh my god, I've actually quite enjoyed pulling this one back out of the trunk and working on it. Don't expect this to be in super near term. Like I said, we have a long time window set for chapter 1, but I will keep you guys in the loop. I will keep you guys updated, because it's so exciting. I'm so excited about it. The last thing, right there we go. The last thing I got the hard copy. Yep, that's right. It's the get the light, the reflection right, because it's a very shiny cover. I got the Dead Tree version, and this, you see this? This is bad. This is messed up. I guess I calculated the bleed a little bit wrong, or Lulu calculated the bleed a little bit wrong, so the bleed was wrong on this, the back cover. As you can see, my mom also enjoys her copy of the book. But yeah, it's real. It's got pages and words. It's paper. It's got new book smell. It's good. So, if you don't dig the ebook, if you prefer to have the hard copy in your hands, you feel that the texture of the paper, the way the pages flip, and the way the light sort of reflects off the off-white paper, pick it up. It's available. It's only $10 through Lulu. I get a significant chunk of that. It's print-on-demand press, so I don't have to make a gigantic advancement or investment in advance, but I still get it because it's self-published. A significant share of the book funds comes back to me, which, when you're starting out, isn't half bad. So, if you want the hard copy, and again, the ebook copy is still available in all the different formats. So I encourage you highly to pick it up. I have sold enough copies through Amazon to actually get a payment. They're sending me a payment. I can't imagine it's going to be a large one, but I'm excited because this is the fastest I have ever released a work of fiction and actually gotten a notice for an incoming payment. And it's validating. It's validating. It's exciting. All of this is exciting. So now that I have talked to you all to death in my coffee-driven blur, I remind you once again to check out all these links. Do it. I'm spreading the word. All of these things, I think, really deserve a look-see. Check out Emma Rule's stuff if you are into the artwork. Check out Nikki's stuff if you need an editor. She's totes qualified. Check out the book if you want the book. Check out Rick's blog if you want. Don't let me forget. Rick is doing a lot of work with a comic group called Blind Alley Comics. He has the Human Cannonball, and he's working on at least one or two other projects with them. I'm going to put they don't have a site yet, but they have a Facebook page, so I'm going to link to that down in the doobly-doo as well. Check out Blind Alley Comics. They're local to Lansing, and they're pretty awesome. So check them out if you are interested in indie comics that are trying to become well-known. They're already awesome, but they're trying to become more well-known. So give that a look. And as you can see once again in this picture, my mom says to buy a copy of my book. Mom says buy it, so you should buy it, because look at that. That's my mom. And there's no more ringing endorsement of a piece of fiction than the author's mom. So buy the book. Thanks, guys. I will see you later, and